Alright, we are back with more Twilight Struggle in honor of my U.S. history students who are presently taking their take-home final exam. Not how I thought this semester was going to go, but, a lot of things have changed since the virus. And speaking of change, I was originally going to be playing This War of Mine, and I hyped it up and talked it up all about quarantining and staying safe at home. But there's just one problem. The game only allows you to have one save going at a time, and I actually have a really good game going that is almost over. I think I'm going to survive the war, and I really didn't want to start fresh and lose all of that progress. And I also felt strange streaming the last hour of the game, oh, here, jump on in, you can't see how I've struggled to get to this point, but here I am. So I'm going to put that off and come back to that another time. Maybe I'll do a surprise stream later in the week. So for now, I need to get back to something that has become readily apparent that I need to focus on, and that is my Twilight Struggle, because the last couple games I have had have been a little bit hard for me, and I've been up against some worthy opponents, hence the name, but clearly I'm a little rusty, so I must practice. So we're going to do standard game today. We've got the optional cards added in, and what's really nice is this game does have a whole bunch of different variants, different ways you can start. There's the turn 0, which actually backs the game up a little bit to right after World War II. There's the Chinese Civil War variant, where they're not actually in the game until one of the players invests a certain amount of influence to get China sort of activated. And then there's a late war variant where you can just jump to the end of the game, because a lot of games don't necessarily get to the late war. There's awesome events, there's cool cards people don't get to see, so you can always just go there. But I'm a sucker for the standard game. I love that opening, and the optional cards that came out with the reprint of the game are just so good, so they are in there. We're doing random sides, we're just going to see what the fates give us and go from there. So let us start. Okay, who am I? Alright, I am the Soviets, right off the bat here. So before I place... Okay, I've got my hands on a NATO, Fidel... Ooh, Red Scare Purge. That's fun. And de Gaulle leads France, but I don't have defectors, so that could be out there in the mix. Let's get Yugoslavia queued up for a possible influence push into Italy. Urian 4, pretty standard. Alright, our starting headline phase. The thing that will get us set up for the beginning. And I think I'd like to just really hurt whatever the US is up to. They're going to be going through a Red Scare. McCarthy's going to be running around saying he has a list of names. Oh, interesting. Indo-Pakistani War. I mean, they can choose either one. It'll be a 50-50 chance. No influence will change, but it's going to get 2 of their military requirements out of the way, and a win gets them 2 victory points. Oh, it went so badly for them, though. Well, that's fine. They still got 2 military ops, so if they don't do anything else for the rest of the game, they're at least set there. Alright. I also don't have any scoring cards, I've noticed. But let's start with a coup with NATO. NATO cannot trigger because the Marshall Plan or the Warsaw Plan has not been played yet, which means even though it's a US event, I can use it just fine. So let's go ahead and do an Italian coup. It's only slightly successful. That's kind of too bad, actually. I mean, that's the problem with cooing. You never know if it's going to actually work, but that time it did not. Alright, what's the US up to? Five-year plan. Worth 2 influence. Yep. Yep. Okay. So they're putting in Italy and grabbing Iran. I should do something about Iran. And we're going to do another coup. Oh, success! Lovely. And now I have most of Iran. I don't have all of Iran, but I have a bit of Iran under my control. Good, good. So now we see what the US does. Alright, that's actually really smart on their part. Gets that out of the way. I am going to take them out of the Middle East completely, as well as some UK. There was nothing in France for them to lose, so let's see what they're going to do with their 2 remaining points. They're doing a coup. Ah! And it was successful, but it didn't put any influence of their own back into the country, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and just get Iran back. Boom. Nice, lovely. I'll go ahead and grab Syria next, so that way I have dominance in the region, and they don't have anything. But I don't know what they're up to. Oh, de-Stalinization now? I don't actually have a lot of points on the board, so I'm not in love with reallocating. Let's go ahead and take a little bit. Let's go ahead and get some points in where they belong. Yeah, it's nice for putting points places where they wouldn't normally get. So a little de-Stalinization. Khrushchev is changing the narrative. We're not going to celebrate Stalin's memory anymore. In fact, we're going to tear down his statues. It's an interesting thing that a society can choose to do when they decide that a certain monument no longer reflects that country's values. And we're going to have his body moved. I mean, literally move his corpse from where they put it next to Lenin off to an obscure high burial ground. All right. CIA created will cost me the game. And it's way too early to play containment. I guess Formosan Resolution is going to be played. Go ahead and that. Good. I now have the hard-to-reach Thailand under my control, and with Syria as a solid Soviet ally. Looking ahead to the future there, Syria is a longtime ally of Russia. I now have dominance in the Middle East. It's good. It's a good start. Nope. The U.S. is the first to get a satellite into orbit. All right. Ooh, ow. There's a crunch. The UN is going to intervene, which is going to keep the CIA from being able to do very much. Let's go ahead and place a little bit of influence. But where? I'm probably just going to commit to the battle to France. France wants to go communist. They feel it in their bones. Alright. He's got 2 card plays left. I'm going to burn containment on the very last play and waste it, because it's otherwise an amazing card. It's the anti-red scare. We can't have them benefiting from that. Oh, blockade. Oh my gosh, they failed the blockade again. Oh my gosh. So, we closed the border. I mean, I didn't know I was going to close the border, but I did. And the Americans did not rise to the challenge. So, West Germany has bailed. And instead they used that point to go to Angola? Really? Alright. Let's just grab as much of West Germany as we possibly can. And then their last card play is going to be containment. Ooh. Oh, space race. Oh, but they successfully got an animal into space. Alright, well, they're definitely beating me there. That's not how it went historically. But I'm glad he didn't get to use his containment for very much. Alright, Truman's in office. So here we go.
They reach their full growth when the hope of a people for a better life has
So I now have Asia scoring. Okay, that's something I'm going to need to keep an eye on. Gotta watch out for that, because that can be a big game changer. I don't really have a lot of Soviet events to play with. In fact, I have practically none. Let's headline the Korean War. See what happens. Oh. And then where... Whoa! Whoa! Ugh, the Korean War failed. Man. Okay. Ooh, wow. They just upped the... They just upped the DEFCON level with their nuclear test ban, which means all of my investments are currently at risk, and that makes me worried about Thailand. So... if I do a coup attempt in Italy, that'll degrade the DEFCON twice, but they will get a couple points out of it, but I don't know. But it will at least protect Thailand and give me a chance to regroup in Asia. Oh, it's very successful! Alright, Italy's gone full communist, that's great. And now the civil defense turtle is telling kids to duck and cover. Fortunately, they got some points out of that. The score is not going the direction I wanted to in the first part of the game. But the board looks amazing. I mean, no American presence in Europe, no American presence in the Middle East, and I'm leading in Asia. Just incredible. Oh, he has no scoring cards. That actually stinks. I really... no! No, no, no. That's terrible. Shoot. I think I want that for sure. I think getting Asia in a position to score it is more important. And then with this last one, let's work on getting... Yeah, I don't like giving him NORAD, but he doesn't control Canada, so for the time being, it's irrelevant. Korean War failed. Well, that's thematic. Yes, A-Cakes, it is. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're watching. That the Korean War failed, they will remain divided. That seems very appropriate. I really wish I could have scored the Middle East when there was no influence there. However, I will score Asia. It's ready, it's time, boom. Now we're headed the right direction. That looks great. What am I going to do with the rest of these events, though? They're killing me. It's just a lot of U.S. flavored events. I don't like it. Ooh. Just make this even worse for them. Remove U.S. influence in Western Europe, 3, but no more than 2 per country. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and just get full control of France and just wait for the European scoring card to come up. I think that's going to be great. A fully controlled Soviet Europe is, there you go. It's a thing of beauty. What on earth was that? Zaire, Colombia, and Panama? Do those really feel like priorities right now? Maybe you're not a worthy opponent. That's questionable at best. I'm going to go ahead and place one there, and then the Truman Doctrine is going to let the U.S. player get rid of all influence from one uncontrolled country in Europe. I guess the poor point in Yugoslavia is going away. You know what? They were independent Reds anyway. Like, Marshal Tito and Stalin hated each other, could not stand one another. To the point that Tito is able to get Marshall Plan funds for Yugoslavia. I think it's the only country in the eastern part of Europe that managed to do so. Oh, add 5 Soviet influence or remove 4. I mean, I guess I'll add. Let's just go ahead and beef this up. Beef that up. I want one more. I suppose I could always get my points back to Finland since I had some earlier. Let's see what they're going to do with it. And to be fair, a number of other countries in the Eastern Europe did apply for Marshall Plan money, but the Soviet Union basically was like, no, absolutely not, for obvious reasons. Now, since Yugoslavia is now completely independent, I'm pretty sure this card is not going to have any effect. Sufficient in either Yugoslavia, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, or Czechoslovakia. Boom, 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 boom. There's none there, so I can play this without any consequences whatsoever. And we are going to go ahead and place... let's do 2 more. Secure Finland. They tried it in World War II, it didn't work, but I've now just done it politically. Ha ha ha. Let's see what they're up to. Goes from bad to worse. Oh, 1 point in Iraq, but I got 2 points in Egypt because Nasser has just seized the Suez Canal. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's delightful. Now, I've already scored Asia, so I suppose there's no point in using this to get some nice points. Let's go ahead and get Iraq. Good. I got 2 left. Let's start heading for India, see if I can get there before him. He's gonna get Japan. Yeah, I know, it is what it is. Oh, gosh, I wish the order was reversed there. Vietnam has revolted against the French. The French have been kicked out. Oh, and how amazing, they used that to place influence in France. Alright. Dwight D. Eisenhower is now president. Here we go. There's Europe scoring, Middle East scoring. Ah. What is with all these US events? This is terrible, I tell you. Terrible. That's such a good score. All of these are just delightful right now. And I have defectors. And opening with the Olympics games is such a dangerous play. I once watched someone lose because of that. They didn't know that I had played a card that lowered the DEF CON, which dropped it to 2. And then they sponsored the Olympics, so I boycotted. DEF CON drops to 1, thermonuclear war, but it was his fault because it was his card play. That was a really sweet moment. I was very pleased. You know what? We're just going to do Red Scare Purge again. See what happens. Oh, no, no. Fortunately, there's a lot of controlled countries that the Marshall Plan now can't use, but that's going to put more points into France. He's going to get some of his UK investment back. He's going to get basically the Nordic countries a spattering of influence. I think we're going to use Special Relationship to re-secure France, because just the irony. And then the opponent's event isn't going to go off because he doesn't control the UK. All right. Here's the beautiful thing. So, you know, when you're scoring regions, presence gets you some points, domination gets you more, but control always gets you the most, except Europe. Control in Europe is an automatic victory. Now, if he's smart, he will use points to disrupt my stranglehold here. Yep, and he did. Because he cannot allow me to score that and risk winning the game right now. Let's use East European unrest. My Eastern European allies are feisty. Poland and Germany are still overcharged, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and get that back. Get Germany back. And then with that one remaining point, let's stretch into Libya, see if we can't get ourselves another battleground country in the Middle East. I mean, we're going to score it, so something's going to happen. Thought I saw one of my cats. I did not. I got very excited for a second. A coup? Oh, because the DEF CON... Oh! That's terrible. The DEF CON was at 3. What was I thinking? And now he's going to get to use NORAD. And where is he going to place that point from NORAD? If he doesn't place it to Europe, he's an idiot. And he did. Ah, my gosh. And just like that, I lose Egypt. That makes me grumpy inside. Ah, I can't believe I screwed that up. Go ahead and get that back. Let's get that, because I am going to have to score this eventually. If he doesn't deliver me an automatic victory in Europe, I got to at least take it for the points and get that lead. I cannot believe I didn't pay attention to the DEF CON. Yep. Hooray! I can add more influence to Eastern Europe. How exciting. I'll go back to Yugoslavia. Now that Independent Reds is... Yeah, Independent Reds is removed from the game, so I don't need to worry about that ever again. What are you doing with your points? What are you doing with your points? I just talked about DEF CON 2. I know! I know! Like, I got too excited. It's so very rare to get an automatic victory in Europe. I got too focused, and I didn't just play the game. And now, alright. I think before this spirals out of control anymore, I should at least get the guaranteed points in the Middle East. Good. Got that nice and scored. This is amateur hour. I can't believe I did that. Oh. Let's see. Arab-Israeli War. Well, it failed, but thankfully he gave me the 2 ops I needed because I had not done any cooing yet, and that was going to hurt. But now I don't have to. Plus, there was no influence in Israel to capture anyway, so it was completely neutral before. It's still neutral now. Let's see what he does with this. Ugh, in Asia. I know loss of game is imminent. You don't have to tell me. I mean, I'm going to play the event so that I can play defectors without penalty. Can I get France back? I mean, I'm gonna make one more try. And then, yeah, if he's not gonna take South Korea, I'm just gonna put my influence there. You know, I'll set up those radio towers on the border, and I'm just gonna broadcast, you know, John Il-sung propaganda 24/7 until they start seeing things my way. Before you know it, they're all gonna be shaving their heads and wearing goatees. It's only a 1-point card. That wasn't enough to disrupt Europe. Sorry, America. You lost control of Europe. Wasn't enough for you to keep it going because I had every single battleground. European control. I very rarely get to win that way. Ooh, that's so exciting. I'm glad you all got to see that. All right. We're doing another one. Still random again. No influence handicap. Let's see what happens. What was that? Turn 2, I think, maybe? Turn 3? That was so quick. The Soviets again? I was kind of hoping it would switch, but that's what I get for clicking random. And then back into Yugoslavia we go, and pow. All right, yes, Stalin here. Quit Stalin. Tell us your marks. I don't have defectors, so they could potentially counter whatever I open with. I don't want to open with Warsaw Pact because it's much more powerful to... It's very hard to, but if you can save that till the late war, when things like Pope John Paul II and Lech Walesa's Solidarity movement are just pushing U.S. influence into places like Poland, the Warsaw Pact, although chronologically really out of order, can just yank all of that influence out, but often it doesn't survive that long. I think I might either open with the Korean War or just launch Sputnik and get the guaranteed points. No guts, no glory. All right, the 4 points. Oh, I had a strong recommendation from chat. I got points anyway. I rolled those dice. That is the Justin Gross approach. Don't do what's going to obviously work. Do something else, and it will just work out for you anyway. So, the Korean War is successful. We open with some points in South Korea, and you can have Taiwan, because I have the peninsula. Delightful. Now I'm first to act, and I gotta make moves if I'm gonna secure the Middle East. Such a standard opening play. If you don't coup Italy, then you coup in Iran. And it's successful, and it gets me the battleground. Oh. Man. All that training and personnel I just used to win World War II is now being exported to all of these other countries around the globe in order to get us strong allies. And if we have to topple a few governments to make it so, so be it. They had defectors, and they didn't use it? That makes no sense. Plus, they put a point into Lebanon. That's like the most couable country on the planet. So bizarre. And I need to score the Middle East, so I could definitely use a few more points. So let us Ooh, I gotta do something else to protect my investment, though. I gotta protect the investment. Maybe give him a couple points back, but then yank the DEFCON straight down to 2. Just done with it. I like that better. Yep, he'll go down to 3. He'll get back some points, and then I can do a coup. Oh shoot! But that won't. No, that won't do for me what I want it to. Because there's no point in cooing Lebanon. It's not a battleground. It won't lower the DEFCON. But if I cooed Panama, it would. And then I could place whatever I want in the Middle East without... Yeah. Alright, let's do that again. Let's try that again. I mean, it feels ridiculous to coup Panama on turn 1, but... Wow, and it works! A strong Panamanian government is now supporting the Soviet Union. As if the United States would ever possibly permit that to happen. The Panama Canal was so geostrategically important. And I mean, it still is, but particularly for the United States. Oh, all right. Oh, now a Suez crisis. These early Soviet events kill me. They're so good. Yep, Nasser has seized control of the Suez Canal. Israel, France, and Britain have gone in, and the U.S. has said no. It was always weird. The Middle East produced such strange bedfellows during the Cold War, and had all of these different moments where the Soviet Union and the United States were actually on the same page, and were kind of like, okay, like we've got to settle this, we've got to stop this situation from getting out of control. I mean, at one point, it was during the Yom Kippur War, Brezhnev reached out to Nixon and was like, you know, you and me, joint peacekeeping mission to the Middle East. We're going to send them to the Israeli-Egypt border. Like, let's do this. And, like, Nixon goes, you want to put Soviet and United States soldiers within shooting distance of each other in an active war zone. Like, why don't you just fly to the White House and shoot me in the head? It'll be so much faster. Like, that's a terrible idea. But it was one of those weird moments on the table where both sides were kind of looking at this situation and being like, holy cow, this is insane, this is out of control, what do we do? And they were getting innovative, even if it was, you know, on paper and probably in reality a terrible, terrible idea. All right, at least the Middle East scoring will be all set, will be good. I'm not in love with the lighting in here. Let me see if I can fix this. Fine. Oh my gosh. He used blockade. He got rid of socialist governments. Okay, all right. So for the first time in a while, the Soviets or the U.S. actually rose to the challenge of the blockade. Jeez. 4 is a perfectly respectable. I think I'm just gonna take it before he has a chance to get anything else. Yeah, I'm just gonna score the Middle East. That's guaranteed points. It's beautiful. So with Iran and Iraq, we have a nice solid thing there. Oh, the Romanian abdication. Romanian king is forced out, and a pro-socialist government is installed. Oh, they're going into Europe. You know, we're going into France, I mean. Before Charles de Gaulle's been played? That's a weird play. That's a strange play. I am going to use some Nazi scientists that I captured during World War II to build me a better rocket. And with that, we're going to put Sputnik up into space. Beep, beep, beep. And it's going to orbit the Earth and freak out the Americans. All right, a little influence there to try and shore up Japan. And now I think I'm going to try and put a dog into space. Oh, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. That poor Soviet puppy. It's fine. It's fine. We got tons more. We're gonna get one of them up there eventually. The U.S. failed to meet its coup requirements. Not enough saber rattling for the American people.
Misery and want. They spread and grow in the evil soil of poverty and strife. They reach their full
Okay.
growth
All right. So turn 2 is a little
when the
interesting.
hope of
I still don't have
people
any.
for
I don't have a
better life has
scorecard,
died.
but I know that Europe and Asia are out there. There could potentially be in the U.S. player's hand. What do I even have to play with? Fidel? He's not that useful yet. Warsaw Pact form. I don't really want to lead with that. Indo-Pakistani War isn't that sexy. There's no points to be exchanged. I could just use Nasser and get control of Egypt. We've already scored the Middle East, but I could just double down and make life hell for them. And I'm almost positive that Defectors... Yeah, Defectors is in the discard pile, so he can't stop me. Let's go for it. He's scoring Europe as a headline play? That's so risky. Well, that's actually not a bad thing for the U.S. I mean, it keeps me from scoring it before it gets worse for him. But, don't like that. That just leaves Asia. Asia is out there in the world. Let's grab the... We got both Koreas. Start getting points into Afghanistan. I know the DEF CON is at 3, but I'm not worried about the Middle East right now. Although, watch, he'll coup Iran and open up a door to Pakistan, and then I'll be grouchy. We'll find out. We'll find out what's going to happen. Okay. Oh, alright. If he wants to play the influence game with Korea. I mean, I should just let him get control of Japan on his own and then play the card for, like, no consequence, right? Right? Like, that's the correct play. I could host the Olympics. If he boycotts, it drops us down to DEF CON 2, meaning the Middle East is safe, and I get 4 points to play with. The hell with it. We're just going to use... We're going to get that back, we're going to get that back, and with the last 2, we're also going to seize Pakistan. Western Europe is already well in hand for him, so I'm not really giving him anything that's that exciting by letting him have that.
The challenge of the 20th century is the challenge of human relations and not of the impersonal, natural forces.
Oh, look at that. All right, here we go. That's right, the Economic Recovery Act. I actually always forget what the Marshall Plan's actual title was, because it was just named for George C. Marshall, but I actually always forget what the actual official act was called. Okay, all right. Oh, this will tell me, does he have Asia? He doesn't have Asia, which means it could show up next turn. Well, actually, it means it has to show up. Oh my gosh, he got Panama back, and amazingly, it's exactly where it was when I cooed it. Look, the luckiest die roll ever. And now the DEF CON's back at 2. All right. Yeah. Launch Marshall Tito into space. Oh, and this time it worked! The dog has gone to space. Boom. That's good. That's going to let me get more American cards out of my hand. Five-year plan for influence. He went to Thailand. Not super surprising. All right. I'm like super jealous that he has control of Thailand, though. It makes me sad. But that's a great looking score right there. we're going to go ahead and do a little Indo-Pakistani war. It's not going to get me any points, but it will get me the military ops I need, and a 50-50 shot of giving me victory points, and it succeeded. 2 more victory points, put them in the bank. Boom. I managed to convert the nothing in India into more nothing, but 2 ops, so I don't fail at the end of the turn, and 2 more victory points. Yay! De Gaulle leads France. That's great. But he did use it to just get France back, and he got Canada. All right. I feel like the AI has learned from last time. He's not just going to let me run amok, because actually he's now dominating Europe. He still hasn't gotten Japan yet on his own. I don't want to just give Japan to him, but I really want to use those 4 points. Unless I throw him into the space race. And then he gets nothing. But it's 4 points. They're so useful. But if I use it, it'll give him a battleground. I'll get a battleground. Yeah, let's just keep throwing stuff into space. Another success! Yuri Gagarin. First man in space. Vietnam revolts, that's awesome. Love seeing that. Especially because it gives me that bonus if I want to add points to... I effing knew it! Second I got rid of that card, finished Japan. Ah! Jerk face. Could kill him. Alright, well every card that I use in Southeast Asia is worth an extra point now, so... Why not maybe contest? That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 1 more if I use it in Southeast Asia. That's a 6-point card play for China. China just came and exerted its influence all over Southeast Asia. Boom! And they're going to throw Comic-Con to the space race, and they succeeded. So Liberty 1 is now up in orbit, and I'm halfway to victory.
So my country's purpose is to help us move out of the dark chamber of horrors into the light. To find a way.
So there's Asia's score. I like that I have it. That helps me know whether we're going to... when's the right time to use it. 17, my gosh. Like, now's not a bad time to get Fidel out there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try Fidel, because if it works, great, and if it doesn't, because he defects it, it's not the end of the world. Ooh! Oh, I hate when they start with that. I mean, it's good for him, but... Yikes. So he now sees my entire hand, and now he gets to go out of turn. Ugh. I don't like that, don't like that, don't like that. A little 1-point coup does disrupt Egypt a touch for me. There we go. We'll get Egypt back, get India. It's not every single battleground in Asia, but it's awfully close. 8 points. And I already have 10. That's huge. Oh, no, they're firing back with the China card. And, oh, but that's going to cost them the support of Taiwan. Oh, no, he reversed it. Ah, he reversed it, and that's a 2-point loss for me. Ah! I got greedy. I should have just taken the 7. Now we'll only get 6. Monster. Do I keep sparring with him over Thailand? He can put as many points in as I can. I don't see that that's a fruitful endeavor. I'm just going to take the points and kick myself for not just taking the 7 when I had it. Well played, AI player. Well played. Didn't open with containment? That's just so weird. But all of this is making me think like maybe he has the Middle East scoring card. Let's get Syria back. And you know what? For good measure, let's grab Saudi Arabia. I know, you now get NATO. It makes the special relationship card so much better. But he doesn't have control of the UK, and that matters. So my students are taking their final this week. I can't imagine what this semester has been like for them. I mean, I know what it's been like for me, and I'm not the one under the kind of pressure like they are. I can still teach remotely, but it's not the same thing as learning remotely, especially when you weren't planning on having to do it. None of them signed up for online classes, and I'm proud of them. You know, they've handled this really well. But this is definitely a college semester they're never going to forget, and not for good reasons. Interesting times. Alright. So we spent a little bit to try and get Egypt, huh? I mean, I think I can answer that with a little Comic-Con. And I'll just grab another battleground while I'm at it. You're not going to pull one over on me. Yeah, if you have the, the Middle East scoring card, America, you're in some trouble. Okay. Oh, he just continues to be aggravating. I mean, I'm willing to take this all the way to the end. Like, how far are you gonna go? Let's get Syria back. And I got 2 more points to play. Suppose I can disrupt Europe, just in case you were thinking about scoring that. I say no, no. Not for you. No! No! Damn it! He Truman doctored me right out of France. Ah! It was supposed to be about Greece and Turkey, not France. That was actually really good on his part. It makes me mad. Darn it. I'm going to do this for the event because I need the special ops. And it's an attempt to take over Israel. I mean, 1 for 1. It's not really great. But US-backed Lebanon will protect Israel, so it's only like a third of the time this is going to work. So if this works, it's just because I'm getting lucky. Wow, so lucky. Wow. Holy moly. Even with US backed. Ah, I should have known better. He just, yep, good chunk of points for the Americans. Ah, I got overeager that it was the Middle East. I was hopeful. Alright, on to the mid-war. Whole bunch of new cards. Whoa, Africa scoring. I'm going to have to suddenly pay attention to other parts of the map. Africa, South America, Central America. He's gone ahead and got himself nice footholds in those regions. The Middle East's got to be up for scoring at some point, I mean soon. And I've got it well in hand, so... defectors is still out there in the world, which means he could block whatever I do. But we're going to let the Portuguese Empire fall apart. Oh, no, he's going to ditch. Oh, my gosh, he's going to ditch every Soviet event in his hand. And he's going to draw fresh new ones, and the U.S. events are better in this part of the game. Oh, this is rough. That's really all he got rid of? Independent Reds and socialist governments? He must have already had a pretty solid hand as it was. Ooh. Ooh. I, however, just got a fantastic start. That's a 4-point lead. I don't see any reason to give him a chance to bounce back. I'm just going to score it. Boom. That's 18 points right there. I know that the UN can't intervene in the U-2 incident. I can't bait President Kennedy into saying that, you know, oh, it wasn't a spy plane, it was like natural weather surveillance, and then be like, haha, I've got the footage, I've got the plane, like, I know what it is. Ah, crap. Big old coup in Iran just turned it over. Still have the lead there, but that stinks. Alright, that's a stinker. I don't have any of the good cards that get Soviet influence into South America or Central America. I mean, I've got Cuba, thankfully, but that's... what is that going to do for me at this point? Come on, I'm smarter than this. I should be able to figure this out. Actually, the state of the board isn't bad right now. I think I want to get a couple of things out of my hand. Let's launch this, see if we can get a man to orbit. We already had Yuri Gagarin in space. And now we had Yuri Gagarin successfully orbit the Earth. Whole new field of mathematics to work that out. He's up, he orbits, he comes back, he's still alive. Superhero. So much so that he's going to get a shout out in the Hunt for Red October. Oh, gosh. No! The Organization of American States was founded, and Cuba is a member of it. And they use that to disrupt. If he scores Central America right now, it's going to be terrible. Just terrible for me. Alright. Alright. We're just going to use a little summit to get Cuba back. That restores the balance there. If he puts any points into Mexico, that's a different story. There's not much I can do about that. Oh, it's almost been an hour. Thank you all for tagging along, those of you who've been here. I am looking forward to... No! Junta! This game is giving the Americans everything they need for Central and South America. This is so bad. I'm going to watch my score vanish in a matter of seconds. Unless I can get that lunar orbiter. Historically, that was the Soviets. I mean, pretty much up until we get a man on the moon, it had been the Soviets' game. First woman in space, first spacewalk. They had a lunar orbiter that had returned photographs from like the far side of the moon. I mean, it really is impressive what they were able to accomplish. And look, like, understand, the Soviet Union had loads of other problems. But, you know, when we snicker in our cups about, like, you know, oh, this communism kills innovation or blah, 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 whatever it was, there were a lot of people who worked really hard on these programs to make them work, and they worked well. Like, I don't sneer at the Soviet space program, because it was impressive. Alright. This is a 50-50 shot right now. If we can get those images from the moon, the Soviet Union reigns supreme. Ah! It was too good to be true. I was really hoping. I was really hoping that would have been a great one to get that done. Man. All right. What are they doing? Realignment rolls. Oh, they're going after Cuba, aren't they? Didn't work. But because he's got Nicaragua and the U.S., he technically has the edge. So there's a good chance this is going to work for him. I mean, he's doing it again. Where else would he be realigning? Ow! Jeez. Ow! Well, that didn't feel good. Let's go ahead and get that back, because I have a feeling like he's trying to score it. Although I've been wrong about that before. I've definitely been wrong. I mean, for all I know, he could be just waiting to score South America, and I just don't know it. Or the Middle East, for that matter. Like, he could be looking... Nope, he's definitely going... He's going after Cuba hard. No! It's what I was afraid of! Oh! 2-1 advantage. Oh, I don't even have any influence there. I have nothing there. That's terrible. Oh. So I guess the Bay of Pigs worked. Although that wasn't a coup. That card was not a coup, so thematically that doesn't work. I guess that would be... I mean, a realignment roll is basically a propaganda blitz. Everything up to a full stage coup, so... Probably Operation Mongoose, the repeated attempts to assassinate Castro. Which, like, I love the unsubtlety of that, right? Operation Mongoose. The attempt to kill Castro. And it's like Wile E. Coyote type stuff, like neckties that would strangle him, cigars that would blow up in his face. It's like they outsourced it to Acme, right, to make these things. And what I love about that is, what is a mongoose, right? It's a mammal, and what does a mongoose do? It kills snakes. Because he was the snake in our, little pond, right? We saw the Gulf of Mexico as ours, and so we had to kill the snake in the garden. Like, it's just not even subtle. All right, I don't know what's best to do here. The safe play is to just coup Nicaragua, because that would get me very likely presence. The more aggressive play is to use the ABM treaty and coup Panama, because that would potentially take away a battleground country. The trouble is if I flub this roll, he's going to be able to score either of the Americas for a ton of points. I don't like my options. I'm so close to victory, and yet my heart is racing. We're going to coup Panama. I want it back. It barely worked. Should have known better. Should have known better. At least if he scores it now, it won't get him much. I should have known better. What was I thinking? And then he gave the Panama Canal back. So... If I had just used the 3-point card, I would have had a guaranteed point in Nicaragua. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? He held on to that card that whole time. He spent all of that. No, I'm not even happy that I won. I'm so mad right now. He spent all of that effort trying to get Cuba. and Panama, and the whole time he had a scoring card that was going to cost him the mother game, and he didn't do anything about it. He didn't press influence into the Middle East. He didn't try realignment. I'm gonna explode. Spielhan Jaeger had some snark for you about Castro, but Twitch made me create an account before I could chat, so I missed my window. That's fine, pile it on, because I'm full of victory rage at the moment. I'm furious. I can't believe that that's how that went. That's just insufferable to me. Oh, just. All right, we're doing one more, and this time I'm going to choose sides. I want to be the U.S. I want this to switch out. No. There we go. Okay. I did 2 as the Soviets. It's time for a U.S. win. Let's let America win for once. Can we, please? Oh, my gosh. I cannot believe I did that. I can't believe that happened like that. I'm so angry right now. All right. Okay, so Asia's scoring, and actually no cards that are super useful for them, so that's nice. So I'm going to start with containment. I want that boosted ops value as the US player. We're going to, because a lot of these are 3s and 2s, we're about to make those 4s and 3s. This is great. I guess for a 3-point card play, yeah, that's not bad. Why not? He's probably going to start by cooing Iran. It's like the opening move of chess. The first, 5 moves everyone knows. They're just going to do them in your sleep. Let's see here. Maybe I should play chess next time, because I'm super rusty at it, but I so love it. Opening with a... Oh, he went for Italy instead. Huh. All right. And he used the big old 4-point Japanese card to get it. With the darn UN in the way. Getting in the way. I know it's risky to put points into Korea until I know where the Korean War is, but I need to do something about the fact that I have the Asia scoring card. Alright, good. He'll probably coup again, looking to take Panama. And by Panama, I mean Pakistan. They're so similar. Oh, apparently I'm sleepy. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh. Alright, he has Italy. Got control of Syria. Let's go ahead and get that. That'll give me dominance in Asia. And if I can score that, that's a nice 6 points. It'll erase the points he got for his stupid nuclear arms treaty. Alright. Play decolonization as his own event. That's smart. But he avoided putting it in the crucial battleground. So that way I couldn't just coup my way right up to a nice point here, huh? But I do want to try and get into Thailand, if possible. Let's let him resolve this event first. I've got points I can use back, because containment is giving me extra containing power these days. Yep, those are the only 3 he could take. We're still going to get the UK back. And then little Philippines. and a little Iran. Alright, alright, alright. Let's see what he's going to do next. Actually, let's see if I can fix that. Alright, there we go. A 1-point coup. In Afghanistan, of all places. Well, yeah, 6-point Asia scoring. Boom, U.S. is in the lead. Just like that. Love it. Oh, now you use the China card. Oh, but he doesn't use it in Asia. He's taken over chunks of other places. I need a coup, and yeah, let's just get a really strong US-backed Iran set up. So, you know, here we go. Oh, he's going to Turkey next. This guy's the worst. Just terrible. I actually probably should have used de-Stalinization like a long time ago before he had all this influence on the board. One of these days I will get good at this game. I could just blast it into space and say F you. Nope. I will not get a rocket into space. Oh well, at least he doesn't get to use it.
Totalitarian regimes are nurtured by misery and war. They spread and grow in the evil soil of poverty and strife. They reach their full growth when the hope of a people for a better life has died. I mean, anything that he's going to be attempting is nothing I want any part of. Yeah, sorry. Those captured Nazi scientists, they defected to me. You're not going to get that Sputnik up. No, you have to work harder for that. So, Middle East or Europe, huh? Vietnam revolts. Ugh. Targeting Pakistan. No, thank you.
Sobre la cuestión acerca de si la lucha armada es el único camino para la liberación, lo que puedo responder es que, por lo menos en las condiciones de nuestro país, no había otro camino.
Let's just go ahead and get Pakistan back. You can use Comic-Con, since it's not going to do an awful lot for me. Yep, overcharge Europe, pretty standard. Really, I'm just trying to run out the clock, but that means I do need to get back into Europe. I need to get in there. I don't like having to go to France super early, but I think I might have to, if for no other reason, to just keep them from scoring there. Ugh. We're gonna do a super strong U.S. backed government in Zaire. We're not gonna let him have Africa uncontested. Plus, it gets me 2 of my points I needed for the saber rattling. So that was a pretty safe coup. And now anything else I want to place on the board in a battleground is safe. Nah. Alright. Asia was great. The Middle East, I mean, my goal is to run out the clock as the U.S. always, so I can't be mad about that. I just want to score more points. So now I do need to really focus on Europe. And I think I gotta go about this. I hate doing it like this, but it's the battleground. Now he still has more than me because of Italy. Then I'd rather not put it into France because he can get rid of it much more easily there. Now it's just about getting more countries on my side. Because if I can at least equal him in numbers of countries, I can keep him from dominating the region. I need the Marshall Plan is what I really need. I need to be able to put points into Spain, Greece, like this Nordic countries. Because if it comes up after I've already done all that work, it's just a waste. Point realignment. Oh, going after Zaire. Ow! And it kind of worked. Hey, stop that. Don't make me. Hey, stop it. I'm warning you. All right. Nah, I don't like that play. I am like really in my own head right now. Why am I having so much trouble with this? Screw it. If he scores it, having another battleground will help. Now it's only a 5-point win for him instead of 6. I need to pick up another couple countries though. But at least now I can leapfrog to Spain, assuming he doesn't completely kick me out of France. Oh no, not the space race. Oh, and he gets stupid butt thing up in the air. Sure, fraggin'. There we go. Now Europe is feeling a little bit better. Oh, and just in the nick of time. Why on earth wouldn't he have scored that like 100 years ago? He had every opportunity. Good, and I got my satellite into space too, so I end the turn still in the positive. It's not pretty, but it's working.
The dark chamber of horrors into the light, to find a way by which the minds of men,
okay,
the souls of men everywhere.
5-year plan isn't bad. I do enjoy that one, especially like halfway through the turn when the Soviet player's been like holding on to all the US events they really don't want to go off, and then you just yank one of them right out of their hand. So either I use CIA created to get a sneak peek at what they're about to do, or I just cancel it with defectors, because whatever they're doing is not going to be to my benefit. But CIA created does let me act out of turn. France. God damn it. He's got UN intervention. He does have the Marshall Plan. Duck and cover. Nasser. Okay. Alright. I could place influence back into France. That would make him work harder to have to overcommit it. He'd have to get up to 5. And then I could the Truman Doctrine his ass and just be like, pow, you get nothing. Or I could just do a coup in Angola and take that out. Lower the DEFCON. No, I'm gonna place. Okay. Because now what? De Gaulle's gone. He can't hurt me anymore. He can't hurt me anymore. Although socialist governments is still in play somewhere and could rear its ugly head. What's he doing? A successful coup! But guess what? Iran is still mine. That is because the Shah is in charge. And you know what? We have trained a secret police, the Savak, and boy, they are nasty pieces of work, let me tell you. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves... Oh, speaking of which, here I am going on and on about it. It's sitting in my hand. You know what? Oh no, the Soviets have closed off Berlin. Whatever shall I do? Oh, we're gonna discard a card and fly in supplies. What an amazing logistical effort. And a PR coup like you couldn't hope for. You can't buy international goodwill like that. Like, that was just incredible. Just a plane landing at one of Berlin's airports. I think it was, what, every 3 minutes another airplane would land and just unload food, fuel, like, you name it, whatever the people of Berlin needed. Just phenomenal. It feels like overkill to use the Truman Doctrine to kick him out of France. But it would keep him from being able to go to Algeria. Fine. Ah! Alright. Actually, I'm not doing super great in any of these at the moment. I only have, like, across all three, I have a +2 to myself. Ugh. We can fix that. We can fix that. Hold on. I gotta figure out what he still has left. Oh, don't tell me you're using the card I want you to use. No! Oh, it's actually not bad. That's not bad. It could have been... There was another card I was worried you were going to use instead. Oh, shoot. But wait. If I do this, the U.S. player must randomly discard one card. If the card is a U.S.-associated event, the event occurs immediately. If that pulls up duck and cover, I'm pretty sure that means I lose the game, because it's my card play that sets off the event. I was hoping it was the other way around, but nope. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose if I do this, and it pulls duck and cover. Urgh! What's his obsession with Pakistan? The game's ambient background stuff just scared the living crap out of me. The guy, like, shouted into the thing, caught me completely off guard. God. Oh, ridiculous. Alright, yeah, let's not let him score Europe twice. Let's at least start making a play for Italy. Show the Italian people that we really do care. We are here for them. We want them to be happy. We want them to join us. God, he won't leave Zaire alone. Beat it. I mean, Formosan Resolution hasn't been played yet. Maybe it's time. To use the China card. That way it can't hurt me later. Nice to see we got some viewers. Everyone's being real quiet in chat, though. Usually I'm used to being yelled at because I'm just making dumb mistakes. And that goes to the space race, because otherwise he would have lost the game, and now he has an animal in space, and nothing about him is likable. Ugh. A little surprised he didn't try and reconquer Italy. Ooh, alright, that's fun. Eastern European unrest. Let's just go ahead and, for the time being, break up a couple of these. Start whittling them down to... Now he's got 3 influence points. Let me guess, Italy? I spoke too soon. Of course, Italy. Why not? Let's launch Castro into space. Successfully! Haha! I didn't do a coup! I am the worst at this! Oh my gosh! And well, as we reach the mid-war, we've completely broken even because Dr. Riley has no damn idea what he's doing. Just complete and utter. How have I ever beaten Dr. Fagel at this game? My gosh, this is a nightmare. Just complete and utter amateur hour. Ah! Alright, shuttle diplomacy, Southeast Asia scoring. That's going to hurt so badly. I do enjoy missile envy, though, so let's... Wait! Didn't think that went through. Improve the DEFCON 2 levels. Oh, gosh. Okay, okay. What card is he going to take from the discard pile? What card is he going to take from the discard pile? Come on, what card is he going to take? I mean... He took my card from the discard pile? And now everyone's coups get a -1.
Our goal is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom here in this hemisphere. And we hope around the world, God willing, that goal will be achieved.
Alright, so as part of Missile Envy, he had to give me that, which got me back a little point, and protected Europe. I don't like any of this. This is terrible. He's going to do a coup now to protect... Yep, he got Zaire, and that is going to lock down Asia for him. And by that I mean Southeast Asia, because I really wanted to coup Thailand. I suppose I can always coup back. Gosh, I really wish that didn't come to me. I want NATO as an event so badly. But I don't want to just give up a 4-point card to get it. Alright, well this isn't going to get me any good. So let's go ahead and do an Angola coup. Ugh. It's not that powerful of a thing. But it's okay. It's okay. Man alive. Really need to beef up my Latin America presence, but I didn't get any help there from the deck. Oh, what is he doing with the China card? No! He completely reversed it in Pakistan. Now he's the one wearing the big diaper.
Asia y de África.
I mean, that would give me 3 points. It seems a little short-sighted at the moment, though. Shuttle diplomacy will keep him from scoring. Asia as well until I can get a chance to get back in there. OPEC, what are you doing with it? Making Middle Eastern moves. I didn't like using NATO like that. Because inevitably he's going to have brush war, and he's going to brush a war somewhere in Europe, and I'm going to regret it. Or he's going to have special relationship, and I'm going to miss out on easy victory points. Ooh, Formosan Resolution. Nice, that makes that a battleground for me. And now he's gone to Egypt. And I'm just going to secure Taiwan. That counts as a battleground. As long as I don't play the China card, Taiwan is a U.S. friendly battleground, so... Realignment roll. Ah, it failed. He's going to come at me again, though, and it's probably going to work this time. Even though we have even numbers. It's just how my life seems to be shaking out at the moment. He didn't want to go again? That's fascinating. Huh. He didn't want to go again. I wonder why. Two. There goes Indonesia. That'll balance that out just a teeny bit. I can't watch. This is going so badly. He's realigning again. Nope. No change. So he's going to do it twice, right? Why wouldn't he just do it twice? What am I missing here? Why isn't he pressing more with the realigns? There's something I'm literally not getting about this. I don't understand why he's not missing. Why he's not doing that. Alright, well, I don't have a choice. I gotta play this before this situation spirals out of control. And that, the Soviets are there. Come on, come on, come on. This should backfire. Ha-ha! Yes! Thank goodness. Because of the support from Taiwan and Japan, South Korea successfully resists the North Korean invasion. If that had been a 6, I might have just thrown the laptop. I cannot handle that right now. Oh, all right. What happens if I let him have... All right, that will cause that to happen. I don't really have much of a choice, though. I don't want to waste effectors, since I've already wasted it like twice. Gosh, none of this is like particularly good. And then we're gonna give him Romania. Grumble, 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 grumble. All right.
We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed.
All right. Oh, good. Puppet governments. That's going to be so useful for securing some of those hard-to-reach places in South America and or Africa. And I've got to score Central America. I've got to score Africa. So, and you know what? Now, defectors. I don't care what he's trying to do. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Indo-Pakistani war can suck it. Gone. Go away. Your defectors told me about it ahead of time. You get nothing. Oh, gosh. All right. He still gets first play, though. So what's he doing? What's he doing? We will bury you. He's doing a brush war. It's got a target somewhere. I don't want it to. Oh, and it failed. Whew. That one is one that actually is like super successful. So thankfully that failed. Yikes. I think I just need a simple coup in order to lock down the DEFCON. Didn't have to be super successful. It just needed to get the DEFCON down to 2. And oh look, they've got control of Vietnam, which they already had. Easy peasy. Not worried about that at all. Am worried about what I'm going to do about Central and South America. And Africa, for that matter. Gotta invest a bunch of new points this turn. Ooh, yay. I mean, it's a day late and $1 short, but thank you for NORAD. Continuing to get points in Europe. That stinks. Where's Fidel? Fidel's safely in the trash. I know I could have just added influence to those two, but I want to be able to do this in the single card play if I can help it. Just one fell swoop and then score Central America and get those points. Alright, you seem really committed to Europe, but you're not touching the battleground, so I don't care. Okay, that's positive, and that's super positive. And he can't coup without risk of ending the world, so I don't think there's much he's going to be able to do about this. I'm going to score Central America, and then we will turn our attention to... Well, yep, revealed my hand. He didn't do anything about it, so this is such a huge pickup. Oh, that's so much better. That is so much better. Fulgencio Batista is still in control of Cuba. We've got Mexico on our side, which means they haven't nationalized their oil yet, because that's something that definitely happens during the Cold War. And Panama is still on our side. Gosh. What's he doing that for? You know what? As long as we're here, let's just get 2 more points. Poke, poke, poke. Don't touch foreign heads of state. This is the #1 lesson I can teach you for my many years of doing this. Don't touch foreign heads of state. Oh. That was so ballsy. I mean, had he flubbed that, I was about to end this entire game. I would have been able to just move the DEFCON to thermonuclear war, and it would have been his fault. He only had a +1 advantage on that die roll. That was so dumb, and the fact that it worked doesn't make it less dumb. Oh my gosh. That was so stupid. Let's see if we can get that, let's see if we can get Alan Shepard. Alan Shepard is the first man in space! It is not Yuri Gagarin. That's delightful. Love it. Ah. Thank you. Thank you. Give me the Asia. Give me the Asia scoring. Boom. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right. And now 2 more points. Beautiful. Oh, that was great. All right, now I'm just looking for something that could get me 2 quick points and go. Because... Oh, possibly, if the U.S. has the China card, there is an ancient Vulcan proverb. Only Nixon could go to China. I think I gotta open with it. I gotta just make that play right now. No, his is gonna fire first! He got the China card from me for the Cultural Revolution. And then Nixon gets the China card back. But I don't get the points for it. That should have been the win right there. I am so angry. Oh, that should have been the win. Instead, he Cultural Revolutioned me.
And so, my fellow Americans,
Amazing. Oh, no.
what your country can do for you.
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't use Junta for its event? He could have gotten 3 points and a... At this point, I'm beyond trying to guess at what he's up to. However, we are going to use that free NORAD point to bust up Italy. And then we are going to use some points to further disrupt the status quo. It's not enough. Oh, I think I smell popcorn coming from the next room. Oh, that smells good. It's buttery. So I ran almost 5.5 miles today. Didn't intend to. I just meant to go on a nice leisurely thing, and then I just kept turning instead of going straight. So I kept adding these little side roads to my trip. It took me almost an hour, but, you know, I think that means I've earned popcorn, right? That's already been scored, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's just kick him out of there entirely. I love the voice of America. Broadcasting freedom around the world. What's the radio station for the Minutemen in Fallout 4? Liberty, like, was it Liberty Radio or something like that? Playing all the patriotic hits and letting you know about the latest, you know, Mirelurk attacks. So it could be the Middle East. Boom. Could be Europe. If it's the Middle East, I mean... it's a wash. If it's Europe, it's a wash. I need to use the OAS to get down to South America. The Organization of American States is going to be what saves me. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Sweet. That's even better. You know what? We're going to go ahead and place influence. We're going to place it there. We're going to keep them working for Italy. If they want it, they got to earn it. And we're going to continue our merry little jaunt down into Brazil. And on the next turn, I can start getting rid of some... nah, I don't want to lose NORAD yet. You're right, you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. I definitely don't want to use the Brezhnev Doctrine, though. UN intervention can't be played, so I guess it's not the end of the world to give him a couple points back. Alright, fine. Have your goddamn points. Alright, alright. Here we go. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. I think I need to play more Quest for Glory. This is far too stressful for me. I think I'd be happier killing bandits in the desert. Ooh, colonial rear cards. I don't mind if I do. Let us go ahead and just get a happy little guy. Here we go. Let's go ahead and just, you know, sure, you can have your countries back, but we are going to control how this goes. Decolonization is messy. It is a messy process. Yeah, get out of here. You're not realigning anything. I don't have any scoring cards, which is a real shame. Ha! No change. Good. Let's go ahead and get another point there. So in South America, because I don't know what he's going to score next or when. I just need to be ready. Just need to be ready. Man, oh man, oh man. U.S. coups in battleground countries no longer trigger the DEFCON with like 2 card plays left to go. Man, he's like desperately trying to get realignments here. Trouble is the math isn't on his side, so if it happens, it's just bad luck, basically. It's just... And there it is. There's the bad luck. He's got one more card play. Let's blast Quagmire into space. Ah, failed. And that's the game. Oh. Alright. That was a mess. How the heck? That was terrible. Those first 2 felt much better. I was all over the place. There was some real suboptimal plays there. So fortunately, this is not a how-to stream, because don't learn to play by watching me. Or maybe do, because you can see all the things not to do, because that was a mess. But a win is a win. I will take it. Feels good. Alright. So, I think that's it for tonight. It's 8:44. It's a good, nice stream. So thank you for those of you who stayed with me the whole time. I really appreciate it. Okay, batting 1,000 tonight. You're darn right I am. You know, they weren't all pretty, but sometimes they're not all home runs. Sometimes you just have a low, dirty grounder that gets you on base. It's not pretty, but it works. Oof. So... Oh well, alright. I think I might do another stream later this week. I know I'm going to be busy with grading, so I might need something to take my mind off that. I would like to get some This War of Mine going, but I also know that I have a certain niece who's going to be eager for me to get back to my Quest for Glory plays, and I can't disappoint, so I think we'll probably do that next. Alright, well thank you all. I hope you all have a great night, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Forgot what I was going to say. I'm just going to stop. This is terrible.